Hey, what's going on, man? Coach Tyler here with Black Diamond Softball and Fitness, and we got a brand new episode of the Foul Pole to Foul Pole Daily Show for you. Today is Wednesday, February 14th, so happy Valentine's Day to you. Hope you have a great day. As we get into this episode, I do want to remind you about our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/FPtFP to Foul Pole. There are a lot of good videos posted over there. We have some breakdown videos of some games. We have some games of the week. We have some defensive drills. We have some hitting drills. We have a lot of our content over there. We have highlights and a lot of good stuff over there. So I'm trying to get all of my listeners over here to go over there and check that out. Hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you won't miss one when they pop up. So appreciate you guys that have already done that, and that's cool. Appreciate that. All right. As we get into today's episode, matter of fact, yesterday I posted a video, sort of a breakdown of what happened between Cal and Louisiana Lafayette. If you guys didn't see that, that's a big moment. The bottom of the seventh. Cal's playing defense. You got them. Cal's up by a run. Lafayette is at their last at bat with the game on the line, and here comes this torrential downpour. And the pitcher really couldn't control anything. The ball's hitting the backstop. So there was a walk, and then there's pass balls, and you got the runner just sort of advancing and then eventually scores. Well, in the meantime, when the runner was on third, the Cal coaches start to take offense to the umpires not stopping the game due to the rain. And so the umpire kind of stops the game for a little bit, gets a dry ball, gives it to the pitcher. But by the time she throws the ball, she's out there, she's soaking wet. Her uniform is soaking wet. Her towel is soaking wet. Like everything she's doing is just not helping the situation. So, of course, she throws the pitch, hits the backstop. The tying run scores. So you got the Cal assistant coach, Kaylee Quico, comes out. And, the assistant coaches cannot be talking to the umpires this year. They've made a point of it. And she was immediately ejected for coming out trying to talk to the umpires. And then that sort of goes into everything else that was going on. Ended up having the Louisville catcher and a player from Cal kind of getting into it a little bit. So they were ejected. It's just a lot that was going on. The crowd was kind of getting into it. And I think with everything that was going on, it was just a bad situation. At the beginning of the game, you had some of the Cal players taking a knee during the national anthem. So as they were doing that, you had some players standing in between them and the cameras to sort of block that protest. You had some of the fans that were yelling at the players for doing that. Some of them were yelling things like stand up California. You had some saying liberal wokeness because, again, you had a game between Cal and Louisiana Lafayette. So there was a lot of animosity kind of going on in that game. And it just didn't help things. It was a tight game. Louisville had just blew out Cal previously in a walk-off game or in a run rule game. I'm sorry. It just, not a good situation. Really not a good look for softball. Not a good look for Cal. Not a good look for Louisiana. Just a lot of, just not good. I'm sure that NCAA will issue a statement or a memo to not just those schools, but all the schools in D1, D2, and D3 saying something about the character and this and that. Because let's face it, man, there's a lot of money in the ESPN sort of coverage that goes on, the agreement that they have. ESPN has done really well over the years putting softball on their networks, and this year they're putting out a ton of games. I think I heard something like 1,500 games or something like that ESPN is going to broadcast. So I'm sure the NCAA doesn't want to shake that relationship too much. So there will be a statement issued, I'm sure. If you look on the Twitter, on social media, and you guys follow their Cal's pitching coach, Danielle O'Toole-Trejo, she put some stuff out from time to time, and she clearly took offense to what people were saying on social media. So on her Twitter account, she posted, and I quote, "So many opinionated people out there talking about the video. Were you watching the one-sided production on TV? ? Clearly, you know everything from a 2-minute video ? Your ears traveled all those miles and can hear what was being said ? Wow, your mouth traveled that far too ? Because it's running." End quote. So Danielle O'Toole is pretty much outspoken. She's going to say, she's not going to hold anything back. She's going to say what's on her mind. I don't necessarily agree or disagree with Coach O'Toole. It is what it is. I don't agree with putting gas on the fire This is something that I'm sure both schools want to kind of let die down and kind of get away from, but it is what it is. We're talking about it, or at least I'm talking about it. But I think at this point now, everything is kind of died down. I don't know if those two teams play too much softball against each other in the future, but here you have it. In other news, coming out of Lincoln, Nebraska, Coach Jordy Bahl, she makes her debut this weekend for the Cornhuskers in a game against Washington. You guys remember she transferred to Nebraska this offseason after winning 2 national championships with Oklahoma. And in her first game, her debut pretty much, she ends up getting injured. So on her left leg, her plant leg, if you will, kind of gave out on her. And you can't really see too much with the injury. You don't know if it's a calf, maybe a knee, maybe an ankle. It turns out that it is a left ACL injury. To the extent or the degree, I don't know. But it's enough for her to be gone for the season. And she has put in for the medical hardship redshirt, which I'm sure by the time this episode goes out, I'm sure she will receive. So she also has put out a statement, and I quote, "With a heart thankful for God's plan and timing, I will be redshirting this year and looking forward to a season of growth and learning from a different point of view. I'm thankful for the support of my family, friends, coaches, and staff. I'm truly blessed to have so many wonderful and loving people in my life. I'm not going anywhere. See you in 2025, end quote. So Jordy is in high spirits. You know she wants to be out there competing with her friends and teammates and for the, Cornhuskers Nation. I'm a huge fan of Jordy, and I hate to see any players injured. And I really hope that she does make a return in 2025, and we'll wait and see. And, hope for the best, really. I think Nebraska is going to take a step back, but, at the same time, Jordy is very polarizing, and I think the future is bright for Nebraska. So, kudos to their medical staff getting the medical attention that Jordy needed, and, making that decision to redshirt is, her decision, I guess, and look forward to her bouncing back in the future. So a lot of big games this weekend, to be honest with you. It was fun to watch. It was good to see. If you guys don't have Game Changer, which I'm sure a lot of you do, a lot of travel ball parents listen to the podcast. If you haven't done it yet, you can search up NFCA on Game Changer, and there are a ton of teams that have a Game Changer. Some of them do have really good video quality, and others look like just me and you out there with our Game Changer with our cell phones. So check that out if you don't have any of the ESPN Plus or anything like that, where you can get it up on your TV. You can definitely get it on your phone and then cast it to your TV. This weekend I was watching the Clemson game on a couple of Clemson games, matter of fact, on Game Changer. And so it's pretty cool to see that Game Changer and the MLB Network working with NCAA. The sport is growing and there's more eyes on it, and it's a great thing. For me, it makes my job a little bit easier to get more content and to kind of push it out there for you. I like to do the power rankings, so we're going to continue to do that. That's on our Facebook page. So if you haven't checked out our Facebook page yet, that's Black Diamond Softball and Fitness on Facebook. Black Diamond Softball and Fitness actually owns the Foul Pole to Foul Pole podcast, but it's the same people, same company, just a different entity or different side of that. So go check it out. It's facebook.com/Black Diamond Softball and Fitness. We put out our power rankings. We talked about that a little bit yesterday, but we're going to continue to put out as much content as we can. And you guys know the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@foul-pole to foul-pole. We did a little bit of a video breakdown on the Cal Louisiana game. And we also posted 2 of our games of the week. So go check that out. And those are going to be in their own little playlist as well. So if you want to watch a sort of a condensed version of a game, we'll take a game from about an hour and a half or so, however long the games are, and we'll put it down into like a 15, 20-minute video, really just capturing the busy moments in the game. All the outs will be recorded, and we'll take a look at the outs and the runs and that kind of stuff. And any of the stories that pop up during the game, we'll make sure we highlight that as well. So as the season continues to roll on, make sure you're getting your softball coverage from Foul Pole to Foul Pole and Black Diamond Softball and Fitness. And we're going to continue to try to do the best job we can. I follow a lot of the biggest names in the softball reporting, all the newsmakers and stuff like that. and I try to put it in one place. I'm not an expert. I'm not the best at it. I just try to continue to pass the word for all the softball fans out there and my fans that listen to the show. Appreciate you guys sharing this stuff. If you guys haven't checked out the latest episode of the Foul Pole to Foul Pole Daily Show yesterday, we had Wayne Ritchie on. He is sort of the owner, president, director of the Carolina Patriot Collegiate League, which is a summer league for college softball players. Sort of in between the spring and the fall, those athletes that want to join a summer league. For the ones maybe transferring or ones that just maybe were a freshman this year or coming in as freshmen and haven't actually enrolled yet into their school before the fall season, they can apply and play, go ahead and play college ball against college athletes. Going to have 6 teams. There's going to be a league in Fayetteville, North Carolina, which is a great spot. If you haven't been to Cumberland County up in North Carolina, really good spot. So you'll have 6 teams, about 70 to 90 players, depending on kind of who decides to sign up. Every team is going to be coached by college softball coaches, and they'll be able to play real games, real uniforms in a real stadium with a real crowd. So it's getting those kids acclimated really to the moment and allowing them to play against light competition. One of the best parts about that, I think, is those incoming freshmen can play against collegiate athletes before they actually ever step on campus. So really cool. We're going to have Wayne on a couple of different times leading up to the start of the season. I'm going to get up there as much as I can, talking to some of the players, talking to some of the coaches, have a sit down with Wayne and his wife, who also helps out with what he's doing. She is an assistant coach, high school team up there in North Carolina. So this is just a family. If you heard the episode, he just tells you it's a family about softball. So really cool stuff. Wayne's a really great guy, 20-year vet in the Army. He's got just a little bit left, and he'll be retiring from active duty. So really appreciate him and his service and what he does for the country and the softball community. So check that episode out. Make sure you go like them on Instagram. Check them out on Twitter. It's the Carolina Patriot Collegiate League, CPCL. So check that out. Appreciate you guys checking out this episode. If you know somebody that likes softball talk and that kind of stuff, man, please share it with them. If you happen to share this with a friend, be sure you tell them you love them.